Hello everyone. Stream is beginning, it looks like. I'm just gonna make sure it is. One moment, please. There it is, practicing drawing out of my comfort zone. That's what I want to work on today. Can I hear it? Good. Okay, so the volume works. Hello. I haven't done a live stream in a good hot while, so welcome everybody. I'm just gonna put a little message in the chat. Hello everyone, and welcome to a new drawing stream. So fun! I want to practice drawing a bit more out of my comfort zone. To help out, feel free to subscribe, leave a like to show your support, and by all means, feel free... Oh, that's too much, that's too long of a comment. Leave a like, and share with friends. Enjoy! Oh no, I can't write enjoy? Okay, too long of a message. There we go. Pin message. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna have this right here so that I can see the live chat. Today, I want to work on full body drawings. So that is something that I struggle with. I noticed that I have a lot of drawings which are zoomed in big pictures of cartoon characters and just like their profile view, and I put a lot of detail in those, but something that I really am envious of skills with other people have is drawing a lot of smaller sketches and having them like full body characters in poses. So today I feel like I'm gonna try to work with that. Hello Victoria, welcome to the stream! Today I am gonna be drawing, and I'm gonna be seeing how things work. So today is just me practicing, having fun, doing this and that, and trying to work on structure of like the human body maybe. Hello Moon Boy, welcome to the stream! Hello everyone! I don't think that I've seen you guys on the live streams before. If you're new, hello and welcome to the channel! Alright. See, I have a big habit of drawing things very large. So when I go to draw something that has a lot more features to it, it is hard for me to get the proportions right. How do you guys think this looks? Of course it's gonna be scrappy because it's a first model, so of course it's not gonna be perfect. It seems alright. It seems better than my usual works. Oh, it's Duchess Victoria! I had a weird feeling. Hello! Oh, Moonboy says it's good. Thank you so much. I'm definitely wanting to practice, so heads up, it might not be the best art, but I don't care. I'm practicing. That's the point. It shouldn't be perfect. Alright. I'm gonna get a couple sketches in and then see where we go from there. I feel like that should be a little bit wider. This a little bit more. There we go. There we go. I feel like this is enough. Oh, also, I want to start giving Miss Willow, my main character that represents me. See, my spirit animal is a catbird, so I used to draw her with wings. Her partner, Louisa, I like to describe as kind of like a guardian angel in a way. So he already has wings, but I like to give Miss Willow kind of catbirdy wings. So I feel like I will practice that as well. There. There, I feel like that is pretty good. That one wing just doesn't really seem right to me. That's a little better. There we go. I want them to kind of sprout out of like the bottom of her back too, so they're not just like kind of just coming out of her shoulders, you know? Thanks for the suggestion, Victoria. Yeah, I prefer, I can definitely try and check that out. I prefer to figure out some things more stylistically on my own, though. But I've seen a lot of things about proportion, and I feel like a lot of the things that I see are very convoluted, very confusing, very specific. 3/4 down, measure an inch, do this and that. And I noticed that with my tutorials, I feel like people think they're helpful because I'm like, hey, just draw a ghost shape, draw a peanut, and then people can not have to think too hard about drawing a specific shape and worrying that they're getting it wrong. But that's a good idea. I might check some things out, but right now I feel like if I practice more, I can figure out my way of drawing something. I just need to take the time to actually practice it, because this is what I don't do. I very much don't practice things like this, and that is my problem. I draw in my comfort zone, and as the title of the video states, drawing in my comfort zone isn't helping me. So I need to actually draw some things that are, outside of it. But thank you so much for the suggestion. Okay, I want her to have longer legs. Her legs are a little too short. There we go. I feel like that's a little bit better. I like that. Hello, Indo Build. I do not watch Stranger Things. I'm sorry. Long time ago, I tried something Stranger Things related, and I wasn't really into it. Yeah, so, Indo, I am drawing out of my comfort zone today. Trying to make some full body sketches, different poses, working on, jumping out of my comfort zone a slight bit so I can actually improve with something. Alright. And the feet, I'm going to have her kind of in a different position here. Yeah, I'm getting the shape of feet kind of better now. I just need to kind of find the style that works for me and my artwork. I feel like that's okay. Yeah, it's definitely practice, and I'm definitely getting better. I can definitely see that this one took a lot less time than drawing the other one, which was a little bit more straightforward. So it's coming along better. And of course the wings I do want to practice, so the wings are going to be in this one as well. No, not that one. See, I don't want to practice copying pasting a symmetrical feature onto the other side. I'm very against that. So I want to be able to practice. See, I feel like that personally shortens a skill of drawing left and right, which is difficult in some ways. See, as an artist, I get used to drawing my characters only facing one direction, and I always practice that. So, same thing goes with left and right things, like the wings. I'm not just going to copy and paste this one to the other side, because that'll inhibit my ability to practice drawing something on the left side. I want the wings to go behind her, so kind of like she's floating. So, today is about me not taking the lazy route with many things. And I don't think that in every case copying pasting for symmetry is lazy. I don't think that in some cases. I'm just saying for this particular piece, I want to be as generally non-lazy as I can with it. Okay, there we go. There's one. Here's another one. I could make a whole page of these. It's a good practice. Maybe even if I'm not adding a whole coloring and line art layer to these, it's still a good thing that I can have on my channel to look back at and say, hey, okay, so I made this a year ago. Look at how much I've practiced drawing this way. Oh, I'm sorry, dyslexia moment. How long have you been drawing? I have been, most people will say this, but I have been drawing ever since I was a toddler. Sure, maybe that's not the answer you're looking for, but I used to create a lot of, dragon-like characters, and I was very intent on drawing, not just, the fun activity. That was my hobby. But if you want to know when I truly started getting invested in it on a digital level, I think almost a decade ago I've been making digital artwork with Paint Tool Sai. So, or other software like Ibis Paint I used a lot. Right now all I'm using is Paint Tool Sai, unless worst case scenario. But I have been drawing for a very long time. But again, I still have improvement, and I'll always have improvement to make. No artist stops improving unless they stop trying. Very good question, by the way. See, I go for drawing the line art anyways, instinctually. So, you can tell that I have not a lot of bone structure that I end up drawing. It's a habit of mine. See, I draw a lot of things without really going back and fixing things and erasing things. I've trained myself to really be that way. So even if I don't really use too much of a skeletal structure today, still drawing full body in whatever way I feel like I need to is going to be helpful to me in a lot of ways, regardless if I do it like everybody else or not. Okay, so scale this. Alright, I need more room for her legs. Alright, see, I'm gonna have very intriguing positions here. Yeah, I agree. Humanoid can be very difficult to draw. And I always found them confusing because in our real, waking life, what we see a lot and very frequently is humans, just like us. So I would always think it would be easy for us to, have observed so many things like that before, that drawing a human body would be very easy for us. But usually it seems to be a very different scenario with that. Very difficult to draw. Needing lots of practice. gonna be going back and forth with different ideas. If I move this backwards, if I rotate this, then I can get a much better angle. Still, I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with the concept. It needs to be a little bit more fluent. Yeah, okay. I need the neck to not go completely into the chest like that. Something like that. Seems fair. I always like drawing a bit longer necks for my characters. Many people are like, the neck's too long, and I'm like, I know. It's just my style. I like drawing that. Oh, 5 people are here. Hello, guys. Yeah, so I'm practicing drawing out of my comfort zone today. Woohoo! You know, everyone loves drawing in their comfort zone. Me too. But today's not one of those days. Today is about practicing what I don't normally allow myself to practice. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, now this one is done. See, I feel like the more of these that I do, even if they're kind of strange, I feel like they all add a characteristic to my artwork that is pretty helpful. See, together I can look at this and I can say, wow, I practiced side, front, 3/4, standing. Now I need some more poses. And in the live chat, if you guys have any ideas for poses that I could work with, feel free to shout those out, because even artists like me need ideas. What are you not good at drawing? That's a very good question. This is what I'm not good at drawing. Full body poses and humanoid characters are, unless they're humanoid animals, I'm not very good at drawing them. And in the beginning of the video, I remember saying that my comfort zone is drawing creatures that are, more or less, like, right here, up, and, like, dragons, kind of. So that is what I would be good at. This is completely different. My theory is Miss Willow has magic powers to draw very well and comes from the lands she draws about. Well, I do come from the lands that I talk about, don't I? Well, that's a big secret you guys will never understand. I am a 5,000-year-old witch, taming dragons and griffins in the skies, loving nature, loving Ferndale, wing flapping pose. Oh, hello, the wolf artist. Welcome to the stream. Today I'm drawing out of my comfort zone, aka full body poses of humans. Wing flapping pose. I can imagine that as an animation, but I don't understand what still pose that would look like. If you want to elaborate on kind of like what the wings would look like, would they be kind of like this? Like they're kind of like folding? Or up in the air? Alrighty. you so good at drawing humans? Thank you so much. That actually means a lot, because right now I'm drawing what I'm quote-unquote bad at. So if you think this looks great, well, thank you very much. I'm definitely trying to go out of my comfort zone a little bit with this one. If I draw smaller, I can usually get a better pose. I've noticed that. Does that work for any of you guys? Okay, so wings up in the air. And maybe I'll have her kind of floating like she's in the air, too. Yeah, so she'll kind of be like floating through the air, and her wings will be up like... Actually, actually, I need to work more on the legs. The legs need to be a bit longer, and the toes need to be facing forward. There we go. That's more of a dynamic pose, kind of like she's dancing in the sky a bit. Alright, this should work. It should. And wings up in the air, you say, okay. Kind of like that. She kind of reminds me of a fairy in that sense. I really do like that. Is that kind of like what you were envisioning? Because that's actually not bad. I really like that, actually. This would be nice. I can actually look... I said actually so many times. I can look back at these works, maybe take some of the sketches, and later on make full artworks out of them. Do you guys like that idea? Okay. I agree. Smaller is easier to draw for me. Maybe it's because you don't have to put that much detail as you would in a big drawing. That's a very good point. I always worry if... Not worry. I always wonder why it is that smaller things end up turning out, like, so much better. See, I drew, like... That one has less detail, but it also has more detail in a way. And I drew it as big as the other characters that I had to scale down, but I was able to draw the pose easier. See, I can fit that one right in there. That's... I like this. I've got a good 4 poses here that I'm not used to. How do I draw wings? Okay, so maybe I'll make a YouTube short tutorial on that, but I start with a little hump like this, and I curve it in with a little angle going up, and then that's where I make a big, like, skyscraper looking thingamabob. And now for the shape over here, I make the wing at the tip is thinner, and I make it go thicker up until the point where, like, imagine there's a dotted line where that crease is. I go outward so it's thicker and in. So this right here is where it would connect to the body. And what I do with the feathers is big feathers here, and then I have them stick out, and then they kind of splay outwards down the bottom, and different layers underneath. Pretty much like this. Bigger feathers going into where that shoulder blade looking thing is, and then you've got yourself a wing. Hopefully that helps. That's how I like to draw them, and it's pretty nice for me. So even with all these other poses for the wings, I do the basic same shape. I'll go with a green here to show you. Shoulder blade, dip up, long part, in, and then out. shoulder blade, dip, long part, in and then out. And even here, shoulder blade, dip, long part, in and then out. So it's just it's like you're drawing a cursive Y, kind of like that. So a cursive Y, and then shark fin. I never liked the big, thick, puffy angel wings. I like the wings being very thin and sharp, like a swallow's or something, but still having that kind of value. You don't even have to make a very defined shoulder blade and dip here. It can just kind of look like one of those hairpins. Yeah, feel free to let me know if that helps at all, because I do love drawing wings a lot. Oh, really? That's actually the easiest wing tutorial I've ever seen. What? Well, I'm so happy you found that easy, because I like to not overemphasize tutorials. Everyone overemphasizes, like, well, a lot of people seem to be like, well, 3/4, you gotta section it out. 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4 section, 5 section, and then the wings here. And it's like, you have to pause the videos to follow along. I like to kind of go with shapes that we recognize, such as, like, hump, long end, triangle, and then going out. And to draw that wing folded in, again, the shoulder blade hump, the long part, and then the same shape. Just kind of, you just turn the triangle. Imagine this is the triangle, you just turn it. Like, imagine it's on a wheel and you're turning it. And then, again, the softer feathers on the bottom are bigger. There we go. So I'm glad that that's helpful. Hello, Anthony Beatty. Oh, welcome. Oh, yes, you are right. I should notify the Discord server. Alright, one moment. Miss Willow uploads. If anybody's interested in joining my Discord server, I will leave the link in the chat in just a moment. I am live. And then the link. Perfect. And here is... Whoa. Here's the invite link. I will put that in the chat promptly. Oh, I'm so happy you like my tutorials. I have a new playlist on the channel just for my tutorials. And not like, so far not videos like this where I'm just drawing and part of it's a tutorial. But I might be able to make a cool tutorial for the wings so that other people can easily find that. I'm so happy you think it's easy, because I don't like to overemphasize things. Some people work well with that, but people like me, no. Alrighty, there we go. Time for another pose. I think that, what pose is there? I could just start drawing and see where it goes. No. It's very scribbly. It has to be very scribbly, because... See, another thing I really do struggle with, I'm not afraid to say it, crossed arms. It looks like, you know, like Minecraft villagers, how their arms come out like this, kind of. And then I should move this, I should move her head down. No, actually, rotate it. You notice, do you, that my heads are facing pretty much the same angle every time. So I'm gonna have her head facing this way. Kind of sassy, like that. But I do need to practice, instead of just flipping it horizontally, I do need to practice actually drawing something in that position to begin with, rather than just kind of relying on the tools that the art software is kind of giving me. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better than what I had before. Hello, Muddy Pie. Muddy Pie says, hello, how are you, Willow? I am doing very good, thank you. I had a busy couple of days making a lot of YouTube shorts, but today I am working on drawing things that are out of my comfort zone, out of my usual skill range, aka drawing full body human poses. So, I wouldn't say it's easy. I am definitely enjoying myself, which is good. But it's good to draw stuff that is a little bit out of the normal, because I have been drawing a lot of things that I am comfortable with. And if I continue to draw things that are just comfortable to me, I won't really improve in the other ways that I want to. So that is what I'm doing today. As you can see, I have 4 wonderful poses over here, and I'm continuing to draw them. There we go. And, of course, her wings have to be grumpy too. This looks like a very grumpy pose, so if I have her kind of grumpy, actually, to really emphasize the grump, her ears should be like facing down, kind of like a cat's. That makes it very cute. And again with the wings, the shoulder blade to start with, I go down with that, and then here's the crease. And there's the second little hump right there. And since she's grumpy, I'm just gonna let her wings drag on the floor next to her. She's trying to, like, prove a point, maybe. And I even won't forget to draw that little thicker section. There, see? See, I draw all the wings pretty much the same shape, just I imagine that they're a 3D figure that I'm warping, or like mesh kind of clay that I'm sculpting, so I move it accordingly. Cat angels. That would be pretty cute. I've drawn, I actually drew one before. Hold on, I'm gonna switch the scene so that you guys don't see my whole thing. Let me go right here. I'm gonna turn that off, and I'm gonna find something to show you guys. I drew a little angel cat a while ago. You guys might really like this one. Thanks Indo for mentioning that. Bet she didn't expect me to actually have one. She's a little cute one, and she looks like an old cat of our family's, Ginger. There she is. There she is. So I'm going to open this up, and then turn back on the display capture. There we go. Here she is. This is, I did draw a little angel cat looking thing. There we go. Oh, welcome, Eric. Welcome to the stream. This is a little cat angel that I drew a while back. Really not that recently. But I think she's adorable, and I feel like you guys might like it. Aw. This was a picture that I took for granted a lot, and kind of forgot about, kind of didn't like, and I don't know why I didn't like it. I always go back to this one to show people, and everyone's like, she's so cute. So I love it. And again, I'm not going to wreck the picture, don't worry. But again, with the wings that I was talking about, a shoulder blade, even however long I did this, goes up, down very long, in, and another little loop. There, see? Perfect. I like it. Now back to the pose. See, she's very grumpy today. She's gonna have a very grumpy little pose right here. Very sassy. Very, very don't bother me kind of attitude. I really like that one. That's probably my favorite pose. All of these are good, but my two favorites are this one and this one. Maybe this one a little, so I'll dotted line it. These two are okay. This one's my least favorite. Of course, it's the first one, so you can notice I improved during the process of drawing these because I noticed I didn't really like some of the older versions. Okay. Oh, Victoria, sorry, I didn't see the message. Don't be sorry for not joining my streams. I haven't made streams for the last few days, so there's nothing to worry about. I just didn't have any. I was taking a little break from it because I was testing out something with YouTube and watch hours, so I took a break from streaming so that I could understand some analytic that I was trying to test out. So you have nothing to worry about. In fact, I haven't even made a stream until now for the last, 4 days, maybe. So it's all good. Maybe I'll have, a sad pose. Something I also want to work on is the shape of the heads that I draw. And her back. See, I don't proportion my characters the way that many people do. I sometimes start drawing alongside a shape that I recognize. So, I didn't start by drawing her shoulders and drawing all the boxes and things that usually go along with that. I just kind of started tracing down the back where I feel like I know the shape. So, that is kind of how I do it. The back will curve in, her behind, and the inside of her knees. It's a very interesting way of drawing, I think. But it works for me. That's what matters. It works for me. Her head needs to be a little bit bigger. I just noticed. Okay, perfect. See, just the shape of the body I can understand better when I do this. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. Oh, Eric, thank you for asking. No, I have no news yet about the job. Sad, but, it is what it is. I still have time to figure out if it's gonna work or not. But, no, I did not get the job yet. If anybody's curious what I'm talking about, I am in the process of applying for a cake decorator, like, artist's job, and, man, that would be so cool. But as of the current, I have no new updates on that. So wish me luck. Keep your fingers crossed. There we go. Her second foot. That's what I mean. I am actually going to try and draw her hair a little bit on this one. I feel like this should be a very good hair drawing. I always liked her kind of in a long ponytail. It can give me an opportunity to practice a couple more things in this canvas. Hair curling is something that I feel like I'm pretty good at. You can kind of tell what parts are inside versus outside of the hair. I really like it. There we go. That's pretty nice. I like her having very, very long hair. Considering drawing her with the wings already makes up for a lot of the detail that I feel like she should have. I didn't even draw hair on the other figures. Here we go. Now to draw her wings. Her wings should be like... That's pretty nice. What do you guys think? Long wings. They're kind of sticking... Seems like a very sad pose. But really, no. Her wings are kind of still up in the air. It's like ceremonial almost. Not even like she's grieving, but more like she's about to receive a very special gift. So her head is bowed down and her wings are... She's excited, though. Maybe that is kind of how I would portray this kind of pose. It doesn't seem all that sad, or else her wings would be droopy. I would draw it like that if I wanted it truly to be a sad pose. Oh, how do I draw hair? Thank you, Eric. Good luck. Have my fingers crossed. Thank you. I really want the job. I really do. Alrighty. But if I do get that job, I will have a lot less time to be making videos. So I'm going to have to work more with a schedule on that one, perhaps. Again, possibly like this. I haven't live streamed in a couple of days. But now I have the time to make a bit longer of a live stream than probably before. How do I draw hair? That's a tricky one. It depends what kind of style. See, for me, I wish I could draw more of the blocky shapes, where it's like you're using basic shapes like squares and triangles and trapezoids to draw hair. So if I'm gonna draw a rough face so I can put the hair on it, I would say, one moment, I would say, for Miss Willow's hair, I like her having a big loop, so I would go like this, a dip down, starting kind of in the middle of the hairline. This is how I draw Miss Willow's hair usually. I add a little crease so that you can see the 3D effect in the fold. And I have this kind of moving towards this direction. So it's like drawing a loop, but the loop goes like this. So when I draw, I like the hair to surround the face in a way. So I have the loop curling around. And don't be afraid to draw many lines, because I feel like the more lines in the hair that, like, people take the time to make the effort of drawing very perfect symmetrical lines, and I feel like that's good with certain styles. For mine, I feel like just letting loose and letting the hair just do whatever it's gonna do, have it go into each other. My husband draws a very similar thing. When he draws hair, he has a lot of waviness that goes thick and thin. I always really liked that. He has things going like, imagine it's like the desert and you have all the dunes. You've got a lot of different like little snake marks and stuff. So we do a very similar type of thing with the hair where it's thick, going into thin, going into thick, going into thin. I don't know how to describe it more as if you're doing a squiggle like that and you're following the squiggle, go up and make a thinner one and then that way. It looks almost like a river winding into the background. I like that. That was a very helpful tip. Thank you. You're welcome. How old am I? I'm an adult, but I don't usually like giving out my, exact age to people who I'm not friends or family with closely. So if I'm going to work on the hair a bit more, I usually like the hair to be kind of the basket to the eggs. If you say, you have something nestled in a little bin, you have pretty much, what would you call it? Something that's nestling it, like a little blanket or a padding or something. Yes, I get it a lot. I have a very young face. Thank you. Yeah, especially when I put my hair up. My hair isn't the best today, so I didn't want it to be down. Yeah, especially when I put my hair up. Recently, somebody saw me and they told somebody else in my family, "Oh, how old is she?" And they were like, "Oh, she's this age." And they were like, "Oh my gosh, I thought she was 12. And I was like, sorry? Sorry? But no? Okay. Alrighty. See, the hair I have, it waves into the back like this. I really do like this. I might keep this on the sketch page. So I appreciate whoever asked how I draw the hair, because I really do love this sketch. Some of the hair comes forth like that, and some of it goes in the back. It's pretty neat, and I could practice drawing a nose, too. Something that I do struggle a little bit with is a nose. That's actually a very good shape for one. I'm just kind of winging this, and I'm surprising myself with features. Usually I struggle with that. I just kind of whipped that together, and it's perfect. I would draw eyebrows somewhat like, why am I measuring my own drawing with my own face? Okay. See, I don't even understand half of the things that I draw. They are what they are. Oh my gosh, this looks like Louisa. Oh my, jeez. Alrighty, so if I want more of a squared off chin here. So this looks like, even though I drew kind of Miss Willow's hair, this looks like Louisa. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna erase a bit more on the nose so that I can practice more. Get rid of this line. I don't need it. Get rid of that line. I no longer need it. Usually I would start by drawing the eyes, but for a drawing like this where I was showing the hair, I guess it's going to be problematic for me now, because I use the eyes as pretty much the map for the face. I start with the eyes because the eyes are the focal point to me, and if you see the eyes, you know where everything else is without really having to think too hard about it. Indo says, she is 500 years old. I did my Miss Willow lore research. Okay, I'm a believer that the soul is as old as time itself. infinite. So, I say that's infinite. I like to believe that everything's infinite. So Miss Willow, my character in theory, I would say she is just. She is not 500 years old, she is not 1,000. She's infinite. Miss Willow is time itself. Very, very interesting thought there, because I like to think about that. I have a king character in my Ferndale story, and he's a dragon who is very, very old, but everyone asks, well, how old is he? And I go, that's a very interesting question. He's neither... I call him thousands of years old so that people can understand just quite how impressive he is, basically. And I have to go into the value of, well, he is infinite years old. He's just infinite. He was born with time, will never die, kind of thing. See, I need to practice faces more, too, because you guys might think this looks amazing. I also am very proud of it, but I want to practice more how I draw things, per se. If I take this and I blur the edges... Oh, no, that is such a large blur. No, right here. That makes a much better ridge. I don't usually take the time to blur things with my artwork. That's a thing that I do want to practice more. How does this look? It's good. I'm lacking ears, that's the thing. I also draw Lovisa with, like, elven ears because of the story that I have. It's all kind of medieval fantasy, so I have us as... He's kind of... I like to refer to him as my guardian angel. So I give him wings indefinitely. But Miss Willow, my catbird spirit animal, occasionally she'll have wings, occasionally not. And in this magical world, Luvis is able to... What is it? Make his wings appear and disappear, because there's hunters in the world who like mythical creatures and powerful creatures. And... there's a very bad guy, not Eden, Talonsworth. He is out after creatures who are mythical dragons, griffins. He hunts and slays them, kings. And Lovisa has the big wings, so he will be mistaken as some kind of like an angel or something. And Talonsworth is after him, so in the story I have Lovisa realize that he can turn off his ability to show his wings and powers to the rest of the world. Is there technically two Miss Willows? One for the Minecraft universe and one for the art one? That's a really good question. So I would say no. I would say, well... I portray them as the same character, and she represents me, so she's like my persona, kind of. So when I play Minecraft or games and I draw her in it and I have her drawn as my Minecraft skin, I'm just kind of playing as myself in that manner, but using my character to do so. But when I write stories with her, aka Ferndale, I that's where I have the lore, and that's where I have her dialogue, and who she is, how she talks, how she interacts, and her adventures. I wouldn't say they're different versions of her or different people. They're the same person, just when I'm playing a video game or I draw her as me, there's not a lot to go off of lore-wise, unless I'm role-playing in the game, which I used to set up little quests for myself, kind of like King Augustine asks, collect 64 dark oak logs, and I'll get some kind of like modded item that I made or something as like currency. I used to do stuff like that, but that wasn't really canon to my stories, but they're the same person. It's just a persona for myself, pretty much. So that is a very good question. I hope I answered it correctly. It's very difficult to answer. Something I don't really think too much about, so I hope it was helpful in the least. There we go. So I'm just gonna turn this into a bust here. I'm very proud of that right there. I am super proud. You guys probably don't know, this is very exciting to me to draw a lot of new things all together in the same picture. Brings together the whole portfolio sense if somebody wanted to see a general idea of how I draw people. For example, I have people ask me if for my drawing art commissions, hey, do you do humans too? I say yes, because, but I say usually, hey, take a look at my channel and see how I draw people to make sure you like it and stuff, because my art style and how I draw changes very frequently. It changes along with me, so it may be slightly different the next day than it was the day before. And you just have to, like, make sure. See, I draw a lot of animals and dragons and things. Lots of scaly creatures, feathery creatures, furry animalistic animals, so that is what my comfort zone is. Speaking of which, the title of my video is drawing outside of that. I tend to give off the impression that I am a furry artist, or maybe people will think that I only draw animals and dragons. So I want to have a better selection of my types of art on the channel, because I want people to be able to see I draw pretty much everything. Oh, very good, Indo. The multiverse is real and Miss Willow can go across realities. That's a very interesting way of thinking about it. Hold on, guys. So, guys, I have places to be. So thank you guys very much for watching the stream. It was very fun chatting with you guys. And, oh, the microphone is on. Good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Feel free to share with some friends. It will help a lot. Small gesture makes a huge difference. And have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone! Time to go try to get that job of mine.